Dr. Moit Kara, a seasoned urologist with over 30 years of experience in men's health, shares a powerful yet overlooked truth: the secret to restoring male vitality, improving confidence, and reviving intimacy may not lie in pharmaceutical pills, but in natural remedies, starting with a humble ingredient found in every kitchen: baking soda. Rather than promoting expensive treatments, Dr. Kara reveals 5 simple, science-backed natural formulas that combine baking soda with other everyday ingredients to enhance blood flow, stamina, and sexual performance, especially for men over 60. These methods aim to offer not just physical transformation but also emotional empowerment, helping men regain control, pride, and connection in their relationships. The core idea: baking soda as a catalyst for male performance. Baking soda, while typically seen as a basic kitchen item, plays a critical role in reducing internal acidity. High acidity is often a hidden barrier to healthy blood flow, an essential factor for achieving and maintaining erections. By pairing baking soda with certain natural ingredients, Dr. Kara has developed effective formulas that help restore the body's balance, improve circulation, and enhance performance, often within minutes. The 5 natural formulas. Formula 1: baking soda plus lemon juice. How it works: combats acidity, clears blood vessels, supports nitric oxide production. Benefits: boosts blood flow and supports firmer erections. Some men notice results in less than 30 minutes. Preparation: half a teaspoon of baking soda plus juice of half a fresh lemon in warm water. Example: a 60s patient named Richard doubted the simplicity but was surprised by the immediate boost in energy and intimacy. Formula 2: baking soda plus beetroot juice. How it works: beets are rich in natural nitrates, which the body converts into nitric oxide, a key molecule that dilates blood vessels. Benefits: increases circulation and oxygen delivery, restoring energy and sexual response. Preparation: juice or blend 1 medium beet, mix with 1/2 tsp of baking soda, drink 1 hour before intimacy. Example: Michael, a retired teacher, felt like his body responded like he was 20 years younger. Formula 3: baking soda plus warm milk and honey. How it works: a calming bedtime drink that relieves stress, supports digestion, and provides gentle energy. Benefits: soothes nerves, reduces performance anxiety, and promotes a deeper emotional connection. Preparation: warm a glass of milk, stir in 1 tsp honey, add a pinch of baking soda. Example: Thomas, 72 and widowed, found peace and renewed confidence after years of stress and hesitation. Formula 4: baking soda plus ginger tea. How it works: ginger stimulates circulation while baking soda aids digestion and reduces acidity. Benefits: provides a natural energy boost and warmth without the anxiety or harshness of chemical stimulants. Preparation: simmer sliced fresh ginger in water, then add 1/2 tsp baking soda before drinking. Example: Daniel, recovering from a mild heart issue, described the feeling as fire and calm all in one. Formula 5: baking soda plus pomegranate juice. How it works: pomegranate is rich in antioxidants and supports blood vessel flexibility and nitric oxide production. Benefits: improves stamina, energy, and overall sexual performance while restoring emotional presence and passion. Preparation: mix a glass of unsweetened pomegranate juice with 1/2 tsp baking soda. Drink 45 minutes before intimacy. Example: George, 70, felt like he had his manhood back and reignited passion in his marriage. The deeper message: it's about more than just performance. While these formulas enhance physical ability, Dr. Kara emphasizes that the deeper impact is psychological and emotional. Many men lose their sense of vitality, confidence, and connection as they age, not necessarily because their bodies fail, but because they internalize decline as inevitable. These natural remedies help men reclaim their identity, rebuild closeness in relationships, and prove that strength and passion are not limited by age. Key takeaways: these formulas are safe, accessible, and inexpensive. Relying on ingredients you likely already have at home, they work by enhancing blood flow, reducing internal inflammation, and balancing body chemistry, are critical for strong, natural erections and vitality. The results are often felt quickly. Some men report changes in 20 to 45 minutes. More importantly, these remedies offer a psychological boost, restoring control, confidence, and pride without dependence on pharmaceutical pills. Final thoughts: a call to action. Kara leaves his audience with a message of hope and empowerment. Your age does not define your vitality. By incorporating these natural formulas into your life, you can revive not only your performance but also your self-esteem, relationships, and overall sense of well-being. Rather than being passive or resigned to decline, you have the power through small, Intentional steps to take back control of your health and feel alive again. Gentlemen, what if I told you that the real secret to reigniting your manhood, restoring your confidence, and bringing back the power you thought was gone forever is not hidden in a pharmacy or locked inside a prescription pill? Imagine instead that it's sitting quietly in your very own kitchen. Yes, I'm talking about ordinary baking soda, a powder you've used all your life for cleaning or cooking. But when mixed with right natural partners, it can trigger results so powerful and so immediate. Some men notice the difference in less than 20 minutes. Here's the surprising paradox. Millions of men spend a fortune every month chasing solutions in bottles. Yet the most overlooked tool for circulation, stamina, and firmer erections is right there in your pantry. Baking soda on its own may seem harmless and ordinary, but combined with certain natural ingredients, it becomes a powerful catalyst that most men never even consider. That's why today I want to share with you something extraordinary. 5 specific formulas. 5 simple mixtures that are safe, effective, and designed to spark real changes in your body's performance. These are not gimmicks or empty promises. They are science-backed combinations that can transform the way you feel. And here's the best part. I'm going to talk you through each one of these 5 formulas step by step. One of them, in fact, is so powerful that many men report feeling a surge of energy and firmness in less than 20 minutes. Stay with me because you don't want to miss. Coming next. Before we get started, if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss the natural health strategies I share every week, designed especially for men over 60. And if you find this video helpful, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0 so I'll know how to make future content even better for you. Now, let's begin with the very first formula, and it might surprise you with its simplicity. By combining baking soda with fresh lemon juice, you create a natural booster that helps balance your body's acidity, clears your blood vessels, and supports stronger, healthier erections within minutes. Formula 1. Baking soda, lemon juice. When I think back to the first time I explained this to one of my patients, a man in his late 60s named Richard, I remember the look of disbelief on his. He leaned forward in my office and said, "Doctor, are you really telling me that something as simple as lemon juice and baking soda could help me down there?" And I smiled because I knew exactly what he was feeling. The doubt, the hesitation, that nagging voice that whispers, "It can't be that easy." But truth is, sometimes the most powerful solutions are the ones we overlook, the ones sitting right in front of us in our kitchens. Baking soda mixed with lemon juice creates a natural reaction that does more than just fizz in your glass. Inside your body, it helps neutralize its acidity that builds up as we age. High acidity can silently inflame your blood vessels, making it harder for blood to flow where you need it most. And if there is one thing I want you to remember about erections, it's this: they are all about blood flow. When circulation is blocked or sluggish, performance suffers. But when blood flows freely, your body responds with strength and firmness that can surprise even you. Now add to that the power of fresh lemon juice. Lemons are rich in vitamin C and natural antioxidants, both of which protect your arteries and keep them flexible. They also stimulate nitric oxide, a molecule your body depends on to open up blood vessels. By combining lemon juice with baking soda, you are not only balancing your body's chemistry but also giving your circulation a natural push that can make a real difference within just half an hour. I remember Richard called me a week later, his voice full of excitement. He said, "Doc, I tried the baking soda and lemon water just like you said. My wife couldn't believe the difference. I felt lighter, more alive, and yes, more like the man I used to be." That's not a scientific journal talking. That's a real man rediscovering his vitality. And that's why I share this with you now, because I know how important it is. Not only for your body, but for your confidence, your relationships, and your sense of self. To try it yourself, simply take half a teaspoon of baking soda, stir it into a glass of warm water, and squeeze in the juice of half a fresh lemon. Drink it about 30 minutes before intimacy and pay attention to how your body responds. For many men, it's not just the physical result but the psychological boost, the feeling that you are once again in control, that you don't have to rely on pills or quick fixes, but can turn to something safe and natural. Asterisk. And here's the beautiful part. This is only the beginning. Lemon and baking soda is the first step, but when you combine baking soda with other natural ingredients, the effects can be even more powerful and long-lasting. In fact, the next formula I'll share has been called nature's nitric oxide powerhouse, and it has the potential to transform your circulation in ways you may not believe possible. Stay with me because, with this next one could surprise you even more than the first. Formula 2. Baking soda plus beetroot juice. There's something almost magical about. Though most men I talk to never vig them a second thought. I'll admit first time I recommended beet juice to one of my patients, a retired teacher named Michael. He chuckled and said, "Doc, I haven't touched a beet since my mother forced me to eat them as a kid." But when I explained what those deep red roots could do for his blood flow and energy, he leaned in suddenly curious, and when he finally tried it, he called me days later, his voice carrying a mix of surprise and gratitude. "I can't believe it. My body responded like I was 20 years younger." That's the kind of reaction that never gets old for me because it proves how powerful nature can be when you give it a chance. Beetroot is packed with nitrates, and when your body processes those nitrates, they turn into nitric oxide. That's thievery. Same molecule your arteries rely on to expand, relax, and allow blood to surge where it's needed most. And as no erections are nothing more than a carefully orchestrated flood of blood into the right chambers, the stronger and freer that flow, the stronger theirs. When you add baking soda to beet juice, you create a combination that not only supports nitric oxide production but also balances the acidity in your system, ensuring your blood vessels stay open and responsive. It's like clearing out a clogged pipe and then turning on the water full blast. I remember Michael describing the first time he drank this mixture before spending an evening with his wife. He said, "Doc." She looked at me like she hadn't in years. I didn't feel like an old man anymore. I felt alive. That word "alive" has stayed with me because too often men over 60 begin to feel invisible, disconnected, or resigned to decline, but it doesn't have to be that way. Sometimes a simple glass of beet juice mixed with half a teaspoon of baking soda can flip a switch in their body, reminding you that strength and desire are still inside you, waiting to be unlocked. To prepare it, all you need is 1 medium beet juice or blended into a smooth liquid. Stir in half a teaspoon of baking soda and drink it about an hour before intimacy. For many men, that change is not just physical, it's emotional. The color returns to their cheeks, their energy feels steadier, and their confidence begins to rebuild. And that confidence, I believe, is just as important as the biology, because when you feel certain your body can perform, you show up differently in every part of your life. What excites me most is that beet juice is only one of the many natural partners that supercharge baking soda's effects. In fact, the next mixture might surprise you even more because it combines a soothing bedtime drink with a powerful secret for relaxation, stamina, and passion all at once. If you thought beetroot was impressive, just wait until you hear about what happens when baking soda meets milk and honey. Formula 3. Baking soda plus warm milk and honey. I still remember one evening when a gentleman named Thomas, 72 years old and recently widowed, came to see me. He looked weary, not only from age but from carrying years of disappointment in his own body. As he sat across from me, he admitted quietly, "Doc, I don't just want energy for intimacy. I want to feel calm again, like I can actually enjoy the moment instead of worrying." That confession struck me deeply because it reminded me that so much of performance isn't just about blood flow, it's about peace of mind. That's why this next formula is one of my favorites: warm milk and honey with just a touch of baking soda. When you think of warm milk, you might picture a childhood remedy for sleep, something your mother or grandmother may have given you. But when combined with honey and a small pinch of baking soda, it transforms into something far greater. A soothing, nourishing, tonic thought prepares both body and mind for milk provides protein and calcium nutrients your body needs not only for strong bones, but also for steady nerve function. Honey adds quick natural energy, giving your system a gentle spark. And baking soda, as simply as it may seem, plays a key role, biasing digestion and reducing internal stress caused by acidity. Together, these three ingredients create a balance of relaxation and vitality that can restore confidence before intimacy. Thomas decided to give it a try. One night he warmed a glass of milk, stirred in a teaspoon of honey, added a pinch of baking soda, and drank it. The next morning he called me, his voice brighter than before. "Doc," he said, for the first time in years, he wasn't tense. I wasn't overthinking. I just enjoyed being with her. And if everything worked. That kind of story is what keeps me, because it proves that sometimes the missing ingredient isn't a stimulant or pill, but a way to quiet the mind while gently energizing the body. There's also a deeper truth here. As menage stress becomes a silent enemy, anxiety, worry about performance, fear of failure, these thoughts can shut the body down faster than any physical condition. But a warm, comforting drink like this not only calms the nervous system but also creates a ritual, a moment of preparation that signals tough mind and body. Tonight, tonight you can let go, and in thought, letting go, the body often finds its natural strength again. So, if you've ever found yourself lying awake, tense before intimacy, or if you've ever wished for a way to step into the moment with calm assurance, the formula may be exactly what you need. But here's where it gets even more interesting. While milk and honey soothe and relax, the next formula adds fire, a natural spice that not only warms the body but also stirs circulation in ways that can surprise even the healthiest of men. Stay with me, because when baking soda meets ginger tea, the results can feel like igniting a spark that was waiting to come alive. Formula 4: baking soda plus ginger tea. There is something remarkable about it, and over the years I've watched it change the lives of many men. Their best days were behind them. I recall one patient, Daniel, a 68-year-old who had suffered a heart scare and was terrified of taking any strong pills for his performance. He came into my office looking discouraged and confessed, "Doc, I feel like my body's betraying me. I'm afraid to try anything risky, but I also don't want to give up." I told him about how it has been used for centuries as a natural stimulant and circulatory booster, and when combined with baking soda, it creates a surprisingly powerful formula that not only wakes up the body, but also steadies it. Daniel gave me a skeptical look but agreed to try. A week later, his smile said everything. The truth is, ginger is one of nature's most potent gifts for men. It works by gently dilating blood vessels, allowing more oxygen and nutrients to move freely through the body. This includes the most important tissues needed for intimacy. Baking soda, meanwhile, helps reduce stomach acidity, which means you can enjoy ginger in larger, more effective amounts without irritation. Together, these two simple ingredients create a synergy that supports both heart health and sexual performance. That's a rare combination. Something safe for men in their 60s and 70s who might be cautious but still want to feel alive again. Daniel described the experience as fire and calm out. He told me that after drinking the tea, he felt a warmth spread through his body, not just in his chest, but all the way down to where it mattered. At the same time, he didn't feel jittery or anxious. Instead, he felt steady, focused, and ready. That balance is exactly what so many older men need. Not a harsh jolt that leaves them drained afterward, but a steady flame that builds confidence and sustains energy. Preparing this formula is simple but best when done with care. Slice a few pieces of fresh ginger root, simmer them in hot water for several minutes, then pour the tea into your cup. Stir in half a teaspoon of baking soda and drink it slowly, letting the warmth flow through you. The ritual itself becomes part of that benefit. A moment of mindful share. You prepare not just your body but also your state of mind. By the time you'll finish the last sip, your system is already shifting into a more open, energized state. And here is what excites me most. As effective as ginger tea with baking soda can be, the final formula I want to share with you might just be the jewel. It brings together one of the most powerful natural fruits from Malabar, a food that has been praised for centuries and backed by modern science as nature's own performance enhancer. Stay with me, because when I tell you what happens when baking soda meets pomegranate juice, you'll understand why so many men call it the little blue pill. Formula 5, baking soda pomegranates. I'll never forget a conversation with a man named George, 70 years old, who sat in my office one afternoon with tears in his eyes. He told me he felt like a shadow of himself, that the spark in his marriage had slowly faded, and he feared it was gone forever. I handed him a glass of deep red pomegranate juice mixed with a small scoop of baking soda and said, "George, give this a chance." He looked doubtful, but a week later he returned with a completely different expression. His shoulders were straighter, his eyes brighter, and his words still echo in my memory. "Doc, I feel like I got my manhood back." Pomegranate has long been celebrated as one of the most powerful fruits for men's health. It is loaded with antioxidants that not only protect your blood vessels, but also keep them flexible and strong. Healthy blood vessels are the foundation of stronger. When you add baking soda and thread mix, you're enhancing oxygen delivery at a cellular level and supporting stamina in a way that pills simply can't replicate. The result isn't just a temporary boost, but a deeper, longer-lasting support for your performance. Drinking this mixture is simple, yet feels almost ceremonial. Pour yourself a glass of unsweetened pomegranate juice. Stir in half a teaspoon of baking soda and drink it about 45 minutes before intimacy. The tart sweetness of the juice combined with the mild fizz of baking soda creates not only a refreshing taste but also a sense of anticipation, a feeling that something powerful is awakening within. You men report that they don't just notice physical changes. They feel more confident, more grounded, more connected to themselves and to their partners. George later told me that his wife noticed the change immediately. It wasn't only about firmness, it was about energy, presence and passion. That is kind of transformation that makes this formula so special. It doesn't just restore function, it restores pride and qualities that every man deserves no matter his age. And now, having walked you through all 5 of these remarkable formulas, I want to leave you with one final thought. These aren't magic tricks or empty promises. They are natural tools, simple and powerful, waiting in your kitchen to be used. But what truly matters is how you choose to act on them. Because in the conclusion I'm about to share, I'll explain why thousands steps can become the turning point in reclaiming your vitality and living with confidence again. Stay with me because the message I'm about to give could change the way you see your health and your future. Gentlemen, we've now explored 5 powerful formulas that combine the simplicity of baking soda with nature's finest partners. Lemon juice to clear your vessels, beetroot juice to supercharge circulation, warm milk and honey to calm and energize, ginger tea to ignite steady fire, and pomegranates to restore pride and passion. Each one offers a safe, natural way to improve blood flow, confidence, and intimacy without relying on risky pills. Remember, your age does not define your vitality. With these simple steps, you can reclaim strength, rebuild closeness, and prove to yourself that your best days are still ahead.